Hello everyone, Aman here for Mr. Phone and welcome to this epic three-way battery drain test between the newly launched Samsung Galaxy S21 FE 5G, its predecessor the Galaxy S20 FE 5G and the regular Galaxy S21 5G. The new Galaxy S21 FE 5G brings a bunch of improvements over the S20 FE 5G like the newer Exynos 2100 chipset, a dynamic AMOLED screen, the latest software, although both the smartphones are on the same build now, a new design and much more. Both smartphones have 4500 mAh battery under the hood and support up to 25 watt fast charging. As for the Galaxy S21, well, it also comes with a dynamic AMOLED screen, although with a variable refresh rate. It also has the Exynos 2100 chipset just like the Galaxy S21 FE, but it comes with a smaller 4000 mAh battery under the hood. So right now, many people still have their doubts that rather than upgrading from the S20 FE 5G, or even if someone is spending about 50 to 55,000 rupees on a new phone, shouldn't they just buy the Samsung Galaxy S21 instead? Well, in this video, see for yourselves how the S21 FE stacks up against its siblings. But before that, if you're new to the channel, then consider hitting that red subscribe button for awesome tech videos and also turn on the bell so that you don't miss any of our latest updates. Let's get started. All three smartphones on the table are 100% charged and unplugged. For the rules here, we'll start with a 2-hour YouTube video playback followed by an hour of 1080p video recording, followed by an hour of benchmarks, then an hour of gaming, and finally an hour of social media. And if these smartphones survive through it all, we restart the tests again. Additionally, all these smartphones are connected to the same Wi-Fi network. Screen brightness is 100% and set to manual. No apps are running in the background. And lastly, all these smartphones are set at their maximum 120Hz refresh rate. Now, both the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE and the Galaxy S21 features 120Hz dynamic AMOLED displays versus the Super AMOLED display found on the Galaxy S20 FE. Both the Galaxy S21s also feature Gorilla Glass Victus protection at the front versus the Gorilla Glass 5 protection found on the Galaxy S20 FE. So in terms of display quality, see, all of them are superb. I mean, Samsung makes the best displays on the market, but still among themselves, the dynamic AMOLED 2X definitely has the upper hand over the Super AMOLED panel in terms of the brightness, color reproduction, black levels, and so on. Honestly, if you look at the S20 FE's display, well guys, it's a gorgeous panel. But the S21 FE and the S21's display are simply ahead of it. But is that difference a lot? Well, as I said, the colors and overall quality is definitely better on the dynamic AMOLED panels. And even when we talk about the brightness level, so you won't be bothered indoors with all the three smartphones. However, outdoors you will definitely see an advantage with the S21 FE and the S21. All the three smartphones on the table also feature stereo speakers, and here's how they sound. Let me know which one do you think sounds the best in the comments below.
You're playing.
So after a 2-hour continuous YouTube video playback, the latest Galaxy S21 FE is in the lead with 81% battery left, followed by the Galaxy S20 FE at 77% and the Galaxy S21 sitting at last with 74% battery. And now it is time for an hour of video recording. So these will be 1080p 30 fps videos recorded from all the smartphones. So in terms of video recording capabilities, both the Galaxy S21 FE and the S20 FE can shoot up to 4K 60 fps videos from the front and rear camera, while the regular Galaxy S21 can shoot at up to 4K 60 fps from the front camera and up to 8K 30 fps from the rear camera. Anyway, let's get going and start with the 1 hour of 1080p video recording. We just finished with an hour of 1080p video recording and looks like all the three smartphones took a major hit on their batteries. The Galaxy S20 FE has however now taken the lead and is currently at 61%. Note that its battery only dropped by 16% after the video playback test. Next comes the Galaxy S21 FE, which is only a percent behind its predecessor with 60% battery left, and this one dropped by 21%. Finally, the Galaxy S21 with a 24% drop is now sitting at 50% battery after 3 hours. Now let's go ahead and run some benchmarks. Let's start with Geekbench. Okay, interesting scores here. So while all the three smartphones scored pretty much in line with each other in the multi-core department, in terms of single-core performance, the Galaxy S21 FE, which utilizes the Exynos 2100 SoC, was able to zip past the S20 FE and its Snapdragon 865 SoC. But funny thing is that the Galaxy S21, which also utilizes the Exynos 2100, was defeated by the S20 FE. Anyway, let's see how these phones fare in a couple of rounds of AnTuTu before we run the CPU throttling benchmark. Well, what happened with the Galaxy S21 in Geekbench has now happened to the Galaxy S21 FE in AnTuTu. So while the Galaxy S21 FE right now sits comfortably between the two phones, this time around we see a reversal of roles between the S21 FE and the S21. Although strong GPU scores from the Exynos chipset on both the S21 smartphones. Now let's run the second round of AnTuTu and see what happens. So now, while the Galaxy S21 FE and the Galaxy S20 FE performed similarly to the last round, looks like the Galaxy S21 took a major hit with its score now dropping even below 600,000. I really don't understand what's going on here with the benchmark scores, so it is very funny, but since the Galaxy S21 dropped so much in the second round, it will be interesting to see how does it handle the CPU throttling test, or for that matter, how do these smartphones handle the 30 minutes CPU throttling benchmark. Let's go ahead. And right off the bat, both the Galaxy S21 FE and the Galaxy S20 FE have started with a slight dip, with the Galaxy S21 getting a pretty stable graph. However, if we just take a closer look at the average instructions per second of each smartphone, you'll notice both the fan edition phones are in the realm of over 200,000, while the Galaxy S21 is sailing in the range of 130 to 150,000. Let's go ahead and see how this pans out. Okay guys, so at around the 11 minutes mark, I noticed a huge drop in the Galaxy S21 FE's performance. So thought of recording this part. The average instructions dropped to about 110 to 120,000. However, a minute later, the performance did slightly improve to about 150,000 instructions. As for the Galaxy S20 FE and the Galaxy S21, both of them have been performing how they started, not much of a change here. Now let's fast forward to the 4-hour mark. Finally, we have completed 4 hours in this battery drain test and we just finished with the CPU throttling benchmark. Going by the scores, the Galaxy S21 was the best of the lot and scored 94%. However, do keep in mind its average GIPS is about 146,000. Second comes the Galaxy S20 FE with a score of 74%, which is not the best score, but it has the best average GIPS of all smartphones, that is about 219,000. Finally, the Galaxy S21 FE came in last with a score of 49%, which means its CPU really took a hit. But on the good side, its average GIPS was about 180,000, which is decent. So with the benchmarks out of the way, the current battery levels on all smartphones stand at: the Galaxy S21 FE takes back the lead and is currently at 34%, followed by the Galaxy S20 FE at 33%, followed by the Galaxy S21 at 25%. Now it is time to play an hour of Asphalt 9, but while loading up the game, stupid me did not realize that I can't run the same account on all smartphones at the same time. So ultimately I had to reinstall Asphalt 9 and start the game on all phones from scratch, and of course with a new account. Anyway, enough of the talk, let's keep going with the video. So currently we are at the 4.5 hours mark, quickly checking the battery levels here, and right now both the fan edition phones are neck and neck at 23% battery levels each, while the Galaxy S21 is currently sitting at 14%. Let's keep going. And we are done with an hour of gaming, and with that we have finished 5 hours in this battery drain test, and once again the Galaxy S20 FE is back in the lead and is currently at 12% battery. In the second place is the Galaxy S21 FE with about 10% battery left in the tank, and finally it is the Galaxy S21 with only 2% battery left, which means it might just die anytime now. So let's proceed and see how these phones fare in the next test, that is an hour of Instagram. And so guys, about 7 minutes into the test, the Galaxy S21's battery is completely discharged. So now it is a race to the finish between both the fan edition phones. And while they've almost performed neck and neck, the child in me still wants to see who wins it at the end. Okay, so both the fan edition phones are at 1% battery each, and so we might just get a winner anytime now. Not that it matters as to who wins, because both of the smartphones performed similarly in terms of endurance, but still, as I said, the kid in me wants to see a winner here. And finally, at 5 hours 38 minutes, the Galaxy S20 FE dies, and exactly after 12 seconds, the Galaxy S21 FE also calls it a day. So with an endurance of 5 hours 7 minutes, at third place comes the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G. In the second place, with a total endurance of 5 hours and 38 minutes, is the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE 5G. And finally, with a marginal 12 seconds victory over the Galaxy S20 FE, the Galaxy S21 FE 5G comes in first in our battery drain test. So in terms of battery performance, both the fan edition phones have a clear advantage over the Galaxy S21 thanks to the larger batteries in both these smartphones. And now you might think that because of the similar performance of both these smartphones in this battery drain test, isn't it just better to buy the Galaxy S20 FE over the Galaxy S21 FE? Well guys, this is a topic that I will be covering in the full review of the Galaxy S21 FE 5G, which will be coming out very soon. So if you don't want to miss that video, then definitely stay tuned to Mr. Phone. And as always, thanks a lot for watching this video. I'll catch you all in the very next one.